Doug Davey and
Josh Barnard.
And we're here as usual with the real estate news. As you know, we like to report on the real facts, what's going on in the real estate market, and so that you really do get the straight scoop on real estate. So again, we typically will report on the 4-county region of Pierce, Snohomish, Thurston, and King counties, and that's where the most activity in the Puget Sound region occurs. And for that matter, actually the highest amount of activity, generally speaking, in the whole real estate market in Washington State. So that's important to us to bring you those kinds of statistics, even though you hear lots of other stats about what's going on across the country.
Sky is falling.
Yeah, some report that, some report absolutely fantastic things, both sides, whether it's how many offers somebody gets on a house, how much it sells for over market value, as well as sometimes, people report what makes the news is bad things, disasters, prices are falling, like Josh said. So.
Yeah. So we just want to make sure that in our area, everybody is informed for the real stuff that's going on and what's actually happening with buyers and sellers locally to this market, so that you know exactly what's going on and can make the best decisions for you and your family.
Right, exactly. So with that in mind, again, our primary report is on the 4-county region. We pay attention to all the statistics about what goes on in Washington State as a whole. And then in addition to that, we also let you know about we drill down into what's going on in the county that we work and live in primarily. And so Josh is going to give us some news on the specifics of Pierce County and the Pierce County market and what's going on there.
Right. So we'll go macro first. We'll let Doug go in and talk about that, and then we'll kind of drill down into more Pierce County, more real local for us.
Yeah. So again, an overview of the 2019 market, and I'll just quickly say, as reported in my latest newsletter, the market really built momentum throughout the year. Right. It came in kind of like a lamb and went out like a lion, if you will, because what occurred was a slower market, a more balanced market that was building throughout 2019. As a matter of fact, we saw in the beginning some kind of stops and starts with the number of sales, year-over-year sales, month by month, during the first quarter and even the first half of the year.
Right.
So what happened, however, during the course of the year is that the majority of the months, 9 of the last 12 months year over year, sales improved, and they were actually higher year over year. And the month of December was actually quite a scorcher. Some of us that wanted time off hardly got it.
Didn't get it.
Yeah. So the supply was good. Last year, again, it looked like we were moving toward a more balanced market. We saw increasing supplies, which was good. We saw good demand, which meant sales were staying up, and prices kind of leveled off a little bit. We weren't seeing quite the robust multiple offers on every listing, short market times, things selling in the first few days on the market, etc. But then as we got through the year, things started to change. And I had a couple of examples, if I could just kind of give it to our viewers, that happened in the month of December. So remember, everybody thinks that the holidays are a bad time to sell a house. Buyers didn't think so this last year.
No.
Because during the month of December, I put a property personally on the market for a client in Auburn, just a little north of here, obviously, and we got 11 offers in the first few days on the market.
That's not your traditional December, is it?
No, it's not. And it sold for $10,000 cash over the listing price. We priced it well for the market, which is one of the keys, obviously, but also we didn't underprice it. That's just how much demand there was out there. I think we probably realistically had over 100 people through our open house that first weekend.
That was crazy.
It is crazy. Similar thing happened to an associate of Josh and mine here in our office. Put a property on the market in the Ravenna area in Seattle, King County. So the further you go north, the more robust the market was, including in the month of December. That went on the market, had tremendous activity at open house the first weekend, sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Still pending, so I can't tell you what it sold for, but this was in an upper price range.
Right.
This is in the 700s price range. So that property, mine was in the 300s in Auburn. This was in the 700s in King County. Both of those properties received a ton of activity, a ton of interest, and multiple offers on the properties. Sold for over list price. So there you go. That's the month of December. The market last year built momentum. We have a forecast for the coming market here for 2020 that we're in now. But Josh is going to drill down a little bit into some of those statistics so you have some detailed information.
Right, so that all gives a lot of positive news for the direction that we're heading with a still increasing market, which a lot of people have questioned over the last, especially 6 months, where's the market going?
Yeah.
So that's some great info.
Yeah.
Pierce County, let's really drill down into that. I think the tough thing is, like you said in the beginning, there's so many different media sources that are giving different numbers on this side, different numbers on this side.
Right.
There's a positive on the list side, there's a negative on the list side. And so really it is what's really going on. And so when we can compile the stats and we can look at actually what's happening month over month, year over year, I think that gives some answers and maybe some calm to some of the people that are either looking to buy or sell. So Pierce County has, it's been crazy. When we're talking inventory on the market, what basically inventory is if no more listings came onto the market, then how fast would everything sell out that's currently on the market?
So there's nothing left virtually.
Correct. So bringing that down to a zero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So last year we were at 1.52%. So 1.52 months of inventory on the market, which is still in itself really, really low. But if we come to year to date, we are down to 0.87 months of inventory on the market.
Which is less than 1 month's worth of inventory on the market.
Right. And so we don't have a lot of inventory.
Wow.
Year over year, it's dropped considerably. That's a 40% drop on already a low inventory. So that's quite a bit. So those buyers out there right now, they're searching for homes. And there are buyers that are just going to put offers because they want to get into a house.
Sure.
But there's also those buyers that are being a little bit more picky and they want to get into certain neighborhoods. They want to get into certain school districts. And so if you're considering at all potentially finding out what the value of your home is, or just what you can do to make sure your home is prepped for the market, well, I think it's right now a really, really good time to come talk to a professional, find out exactly what you can do to maximize your home, maximize the value, and make sure, like Doug was saying in those examples, those same types of things can happen for you in your situation. So this market is going to continue to increase. We're going to see anywhere from probably a 5 to an 8% increase throughout this year.
Sure.
for anybody that purchases a home. So it's still a really good market to buy in because you're going to get appreciation.
Yeah.
That's anytime you're in a market where you're getting appreciation, that's a good thing.
You bet.
So in this time right now, if you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, if you have questions, if you want to find out a value of your home, now's the time to reach out, because the winter months, like I said, there's less inventory right now. So that means if you're selling your home, you're not competing against as many people.
Right.
Spring is the traditional time that everybody believes all these houses flood the market. Well, if they flood the market, what happens? Yours is just another house.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, with that lack of inventory that's there, yours is going to stand out just that much more because you're not competing against as many.
That's really a good point. And really, as I said in my examples that you just alluded to, one of the reasons why December was such a great month to be a home seller, and those people got such great prices for their homes, as you pointed out, is because they put their homes on the market against the tide, if you will.
Sure.
Most people think it's wait till spring.
Right.
It's a good time.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the market that we're currently in, is there's not a bad time to sell. There's times that it can grow and there can be more competition, but overall, for the next 12 months at least, there's not going to be a bad time for you to sell. It's just going to be about what's best for you, your situation, your family, and where you're going to.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So we'll be back again next month. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Feel free to reach out to us, and we look forward to continuing to deliver real estate news.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Josh.
All right, thanks, Doug.